Hey guys, my name is Seniac and welcome back to another episode of Transport Fever 2 The Netherlands Edition, which we're watching one of our beautiful brand new steam trains. I say brand new, it's brand new to me, it's not brand new for what I can currently buy in the game. There's much new ones, there's even diesel trains you can now get. I do need to go on a rampant upgrade again, but this is the brand new one that we built in the last episode, as we really did extend in this new area, which all leads down to the harbour, which crosses and eventually will go to the other side of the Netherlands, but more importantly, head towards Germany, which I'm really excited about. That is all future expansions, but today I want to start feeding the areas with a new type of good. Now, Rotterdam, it requires goods and machines, and currently right now it's not getting any machines, and to be honest with you guys, we ain't producing any machines in the game. So we need to now figure out how we can feed Rotterdam with machines, which will inevitably make it, hopefully fingers crossed, overtake it's overtake Haarlem. When did that happen? You sneaky little fool right now. Last episode, Rotterdam was below Haarlem. Now look at it. It's even bigger than before, but we need to make it grow even further. We need to make sure it's solidified its position as the second biggest city in the game. Obviously, we're going to try and make sure Amsterdam takes the lead and is staying on top. Right, so how can we bring machines over here? Well, I've kind of been looking around the map. There's a machines factory over here. There's one over there. And there's also one, there's actually two down here, which is quite important. And there's one over there. Now, I didn't notice these two. That's kind of now thrown me off slightly, because I was going to originally use this one. We still could use this one, because I've got a little bit of a game plan. So basically, I need to feed these machine plants with either, well, actually, I say either, with both planks of wood and steel. Now, we are producing steel. We're actually producing steel over here right now, which we could kind of take the steel from. And we need to produce the planks of timber. Now, I was going to suggest this one because what I could do is take the steel all the way up to the harbour, and then we could ship the steel down the river to the factory. And then when it ships it down, it will then pick up the machines on the return journey for the ships to make money in both directions. But that's now kind of thrown me off slightly, because now all of a sudden I have two factories here that I didn't spot last episode. I have steel that I could train in, because it's now a lot closer, but I need timber. Now, we've got forests here, sawmills there, which then could mean I could use the third connection to ship the goods in. Right, all the plans I have now completely backfired, but this will be so much more efficient. Right, okay. Okay. I think we can do this. I think we can 100% do this. The only problem is, though, it's going to be like spaghetti right now to try and make this work. Because I need steel to go that way, while timber goes that way, and machines to go this way. Oh, it's going to be an absolute nightmare. It's going to be an absolute nightmare. But if there's one person that could do it, it's Jaboy. It is Jaboy. So guys, if you are enjoying this series so far and want to see more of the Netherlands Transport Fever 2 series, then make sure you smash the like button down below. Subscribe if you are new around here so you get notified when more episodes do come out. Now, if we are to provide or produce more steel to feed an additional factory, we're going to need to produce more steel. Now, it looks on both factories that we are slacking on the coal front, which is just here. I'm assuming there is lots available and there's only 2 trains. Okay, I'll add a third train in now, and that should kind of really change things. I am going to also look at seeing if I can change stuff up here. So the Rotterdam steel, it currently comes in. Let me manage the line. Can I make this white so it stands out? We're going to make this only go to one platform. This is so I can use the other platform solely for being the other line. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to make it come out this way to bend around to go straight up and connect into there. That's just so I can avoid having to crisscross all these lines. So let's start over here then. Now in this area, I'm going to need to set up 3 lines coming in. 1 to drop off the planks, 1 to drop off the steel, 1 to then take the machines to Rotterdam. So I'll work it as having 6 platforms, super long, and we'll work it like this. So I'm going to actually put it just there. Okay? And that's how we're going to play around with it. So I'll worry about all the connections later. I'll then drag this out in a straight line, which will kind of bend down and then ultimately go round. Right. I'm having to do this now on a whim because I had it all planned out with ships, but this is so much better, so much more efficient, and will enable me to deliver a lot higher quantities. Right, run you to there. There we go. And then we're going to continue this fashion, going all the way across to there. And then we got to figure out how we're bringing this round and down. So I'm going to have to, unfortunately, delete this. And then we're going to have to bring you coming out to a certain degree before we start the world's biggest bend. Right. So I need to get somehow here down to there. So if I ran straight like this and do it the same on both sides, can I just swoop this around? I potentially could if I push this back a bit further. There to there. I reckon just back 1 more. Back this way. Right, we're getting somewhere. And it completely maintains a 120. Right, that's a wild bend, this is. A wild bend right now. And then, theoretically, if I bring this then all the way up, I should be able to bend this around, no questions asked. And then off it goes. Around the industry, around Eindhoven, and off it goes. That actually works out fairly well. Now, of course, I only wanted to utilise the 1 platform as of now, but I will still implement the crisscross as if it can utilise both platforms. That's it. That's a very, very simple back and forth right now, right, boys? Very simple back and forth. Let me set up now. It should have... Where's my auto signals? Oh, hang on. I don't have the crisscrosses over here. All right, drop you in. Wait, get in. Whoa, what's going on here? Huh? It's the same level. What is it? What is the game talking about right now? What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Right, let's try again. There we go. We've got the signals now all in. Replace them going back. And that last one just there. Right, glorious. So, let's set up this line then. While it's fresh in our brains. And in this stop here, we will allow it to use both platforms. To be honest with you, I don't think it will matter too much. I don't think it will matter too much. Solely because I've already designated it to kind of... No, it won't matter. Because if there's 2 arriving at once, it won't matter. Honestly, I don't think it's going to matter. It's not the most efficient way to do it. Right, but I don't think it's ultimately going to matter. Because the main platform's on this side and the main platform's on that side, it will put the steel on this side for the train going out. My only problem is the train line thing here. Let me just put this here. Let me just run you into there. drop a signal there. There we go. So if I duplicate this train, right, but put this train on, which is now line 2, right? Because line 2 is my new line. And if I manage the vehicles and if I duplicate, because of the distance it's got to travel, which actually is the same distance as the other one. So I'm going to actually sell that. That will now deliver steel. Now, it can only deliver it to the one plant because I don't have the second one connected up here just yet. But I'll keep it simple and I'll just do that. Right, now we're connected. Right, that's stage 1 done. There's 2 more stages I've now got to do. There's 2 more stages I've got to do. These will now start leveling up slowly because it has an extra kind of industry to sell to. But it will mean that we'll need more coal deliveries, and I'm hoping that additional coal train will help me out. Fingers crossed, fingers crossed. We've got the double slips here, haven't we? Yeah, they all work. All right, they all work. Absolutely fantastic. We are back in business. Okay, so that's then done. So now I've got to bring a line from down here up to there. And a line going across. So it means that these lines here will eventually crisscross. But I reckon there's a way in which I can make them not crisscross. Right. Let me see if I can... I would have to... Basically, I'm going to have to angle a road. So if I went like this with this road, allowed this to connect in as normal. And there. If I built the train station here, which it only needs to be 2 tracks. It only needs to be 2 tracks, but I'm going to go 4. And I'll tell you why in just a minute. Right, that touches both of them, which is important. And then we are going to not use this side here. Okay, I think this might work. I think it might work, boys. Let me run this going down. I'm going to bring that to there. It does get really close to that town just there, which I don't know how I feel about that. I don't know how I feel about being it so close to it. Right, so this is going to... Oh, no. No, Seniac. You are wrong. There's actually 4 lines involved. I forgot about the fact that I got to bring goods from there to there. I didn't think that one through, did I? I didn't think that one through. Right, let me run this alongside it all as well. Which I'm hoping that hasn't caused any issues. Right, okay. Okay. And then I'm going to bring you out. Right, okay. I don't know why I'm combining the lines at the same time. I theoretically don't need to do that. So if I bought that there. Bought that there. Got you to bend around here. And then you to continue off in the sunset. Because I really like the idea of them being separate if they don't... I mean, they could share the line and I can do my little double slip setup. But I also like the idea... Oh, no, I'm deleting too much. I also like the idea of them not sharing the line. Right, I'm deleting too much here. I'm causing absolute chaos. Because they're going to be going back and forth quite often. Oh, no. I've messed up. I've messed up. I've actually messed up. I've actually messed up right now. Right. How have I done that? Honestly, how have I done this? Alright, delete this going back. Honestly, boys, I don't know how I've managed that. I'm going to delete to here. Now, that's all right, isn't it? Yeah, that's all correct and present. That's all correct and present. Right, I'm going to delete all this. Because it actually matters now. What's happened? It actually matters. Alright, if that was going straight, it will go into that one. But I need to go into this one. That's now got to run all the way to there. Okay. There is a slight bend on the whole of this line now. Which is not the end of the world. You can see it kind of getting closer and closer. And then coming slowly, slowly away. But that will do exactly what I need to do. Right. Scrap everything I've just said. Let me now explain how this is going to work. Okay. So. We have the steel being picked up there and then dropped off there on that line. I'll then have a line that picks up planks here and then dropped off there, which is the outer line. The inner line at the bottom here will be the line that picks up the machines, bypasses through this station and goes up and connects to there. I need a third platform to have a line come out to go down to the wood industry. Right, I've got it actually planned where no line crisscrosses one another. As crazy as it now looks, not a single line crisscrosses one another. But I've also kept them all separate. I could have been efficient and made them all use the same line. I've kept them completely separate right now for control. That's literally all it comes down to, is to be able to control them a little bit better. Now, that's obviously would have dropped off. Has it made any money? The world's tiniest amount of cash. 100,000. That's not a tiny amount of cash. That's a lot of money, Seniac. That's a lot of money. Right, let's now... Do you know what it might be easy to do? Delete. 6. And do that instead. It's easier to do that, isn't it? So down here, we are going to build said station. And spin it right round. Right round, baby, right round. There we go. And of course, add the buildings on it. And then get the road connecting. So that then... Oh, does that not connect to all of them? Huh? Is it a bit too far away? Okay, some reason now it does connect. Okay. Why have I built 2 though? I don't know why I've built 2. Oh, maybe in case I look towards distributing tools. Maybe. So I've got to bring this now going up in this direction. So if I brought this out, and I want to try and maintain a 120 bend. I don't think that's going to work. Alright, keep it going. That slight little deviation on the angles means I can run this to there. But I need the speed to stick with me. Where does that go to, by the way? It goes to there. Right. How much further do you reckon I have to take it down to get a reasonable bend? I'm not going to play around. It's going to be slowing down and just starting to speed up anyway. It's not going to be doing 120 at this point. Right, that runs into there. I don't know how I've managed to do this, but I've managed to do it. I really don't know. Right, crisscrosses are there. We'll do a crisscross here. We'll do a crisscross there. And then we'll apply the same crissy-crossy just here. Crissy-crossy just there. So, the steel's being delivered. Good stuff. Let me just quickly name that line, by the way. So, manage the line. Rename it. I'm going to call it the Turn Halt Steel. Right? Turn Halt Steel. Another new line. There to there. So what this line will do is it will take the wood over there. So utilize both platforms. There we go. And this will be known as the Vulcan Sward Wood. And I need to tell it. No, it won't bring anything back for this. It won't do it anyway, so I don't need to tell it anything. And then another new line. So that takes the steel there. That takes the wood. If I needed to create steel, that would have been an even more complicated process. Because luckily, I've got the ore and coal lines already set up. So that'll take the timber from there to there. So I'll choose this color. And it can utilize you. It can utilize you. Is it on the correct side first? Yes. Haven't got to tell you what to do. It should do what it needs to do. And that will be known as the Dordrecht planks. That is not the color of planks either. I think that's a better variant color of planks. And that's everything that's going to be then needed for this to get and to start producing machines. Then I've got to get the machines delivered. So if I send this across the water, there we go. Actually, before I decide this, let me just see where this is going to run. So it's the middle one, right? Yeah, it's the middle one. All right, there we go. So I'm trying to get it to maintain a 120. So you're going to get this very, very interesting bend right now, which looks mental, but works. It absolutely works in maintaining the train's speed. Right, this goes across. But it is also capped by the speed limit of that bridge, which will be a 90. So I'm going to have to upgrade that bridge. Right, run that in. Now, that should be able to utilize the double slip system here anyway. No problemo. And that goes all the way down to there. So then the next line will be from here to here, utilizing just them two there. And this one, all of them. And it's delivering machine, so I'll make it white. There we go. Now, obviously, we're going to need engines coming out of this, which we'll sort out. By placing it up here would be an easy one, wouldn't it? So if I put the building there, allowed that to go into here, allowed you to go into there, and you just to go into... How soon can I make this go there? That should work out fairly well, right? Yeah. Yeah, it should. I don't think we'll have any issues with that. We just now need to create the trains. Right, so we've got the lines, if I'm not mistaken. We just need to set the trains up. So I'm going to utilize... Now, I mentioned this last episode. I know we have diesel now available. But I'm going to utilize the Flying Scotsman. I know there's also better steam trains than this. I'm trying to keep the fleet the same. So I think I'm going to do it next episode. Next episode, we will upgrade all of our trains. And I can do it all in one blanket upgrade and make sure that they're all the same vehicle. So we're going to do the line that picks the planks, the wood up, and delivers the planks. So we need the one with the flat car side stake things. So these carry 18. These are lighter. So we'll do I'll do a 198 capacity. Okay. I'll buy 2. And we'll put that on. Oh, I actually don't know the name of that line now. It's the Valken one, isn't it? Yeah. I think so. I think so, yeah. So that will deliver the planks. Then the planks need to go to the machines. So same again. Where is the Flying Scotsman? So before you come at me in the comment section, I know. I know what I've got to change. I know what I've got to do. Alright, 198. I'll buy 2 because you just never know. Now this will be the one that begins with D, the plank line there. So that's done. That's done. That one's already done. So they got to pick up the machines to deliver them over there. And we'll buy 2 of these as well. So, bam. And then cargo. Is it box cars? Yes. And the lighter ones are these ones here. So buy 2 of them. Which will be... It's line 2. But I've got to rename it to Rotterdam machines. Now, although it can do that, it can't deliver the machines. Actually, I think it might be able to. I'm sure we have... You know the line that drops the goods off for Rotterdam goods here? Does that touch any of the areas that need machines? It does. So theoretically, it will also drop off machines on the same vehicle line. Now, I'm going to give that time to settle by, but looking at that now, that is better than what I would have created with the ships. Also better than what I would have created if I had to crisscross all the lines. So I think that's turned out quite efficient. if I do say so myself. I feel like it's turned out quite efficiently. So I've got to now wait. Oh, I didn't do signals. Oh my goodness me. I didn't do signals. Mamma mia, as they say. I mean, no one says it, but mamma mia. Right. There we go. Oh, hang on. Signals over here as well. There we go. And breathe. The double slips do work gloriously there. So we're all okay. Right. This will take some time then before we start seeing actually producing machines. So it's going to pick up some planks right now. So that should do fairly well for us. Is that a full load going back straight away? Yes, it is. And so they won't be producing yet. They will have a little bit of steel delivered. So we got to get the steel numbers, the steel created numbers going up. So we do need more coal. Now that's a coal train there. I'm going to duplicate a fourth one. And how many ore trains do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Wow. That's a lot. That's a lot. Right, okay. Okay. And do we have enough on the platform? Oh, of course we do. See, this is why we need to go through all the trains in the next episode and now upgrade their capacities at the same time. I don't want to do it now because there's always if I do it in little drips and drabs, I miss something. Okay? I'd rather do everything all in one go. Now, what's going on over here in Amsterdam? That line needs more trains. Yikes. I keep adding loads of trains to it. What's holding these up from getting from point A to point B? They go down in this direction, don't they? I think it's just too long of a line is the issue. Yeah. Right. I needed to upgrade this bridge, didn't I? What's the speed these trains are arriving at? Or what's the speed that these trains can do? It's kind of hard to tell. It can do over 100, so it could potentially be doing over 100 at this stage. A bit wild. We'll go with that bridge. There we go. So at least it can cross that bridge doing the speed it was intended to do. And hopefully we can get a consistent amount of coal deliveries coming in. Yes. Right. It's just a case of playing the waiting game now, isn't it? We are producing planks here, so this can definitely start picking some planks up. Just want to double check that you don't pick any planks up. You don't? All good. That train's coming to pick up planks for the first time. And then we should hopefully start seeing some machines being created. Right. A big system, a big setup. But we got there. That was doing 120 going across the bridge. So yeah, very important. I don't think we're far off as well, boys. Upgrading the train tracks to high-speed rail. I don't think we're that far off. Right, let's have a double check right now of what we did last episode. I know this line's looking busy. I know we implemented only one train on this. I might now add a second train on that line. See what kind of dents we can kind of put into it. Yeah, it's all for that line, isn't it? A second train on that line would be pretty handy for us. How are you doing? You had a big growth. We need to think about expanding at some point. How's the ships over here? We got the exports on the go. Does this ship line make money, by the way? Yes, it all depends on when it delivers, is the answer. All depends on when it delivers. A lot of stone there to be picked up. Are you now? Which way are you going back, by the way? You've got the stone and taking it back right now. We might need to think about upgrading those ships as well. Now the bus route's over here, okay. Right, let me manage the vehicles on both of these lines. No, we'll do them individually. 1, 2, 3, 4, duplicate. 1, 2, 3, 4, duplicate. There we go. I was going to add more capacity before we upgrade or change the actual vehicles themselves. Right. That should pick up a few people now. Well, it's the trains wanting to go to Zandam. Okay, that one's going to pick a few people up. So we will cover the capacity at some point. We're obviously going to upgrade it in the next episode anyway. That loop could do with an upgrade as well. Right. Most importantly right now, are we producing any machines yet? Have we had the deliveries? Oh, we have. Oh, we've got machines on the platform. So we know it's going to work. This is the first train coming in to pick up the machines right now. Here we go. And how many will it be picking up on its first ever journey? It's picked up 66. Nice. Right, we'll keep our eyes peeled on that, boys. Right, lots of wooden planks over here. How's the steel looking? I know we've just picked up a train. Oh, no, the train hasn't just left. But lots of steel there. These will upgrade shortly anyway and then start demanding more. And if it gets a little bit too busy, I'll add an extra platform on. But lots of coal coming in. It's all down to the coal at the end of the day. We've got to up these coal numbers. But we have sent more trains down there to pick up. So I could expand the number of platforms. So we can unload more at once. Coal deliveries just now happened. See how we get on. See how we get on. Right, is that the train there delivering the machines? It is. It should get up to our 120 speed, by the way. How are these little towns? These used to be small little towns. They're actually getting quite big now, aren't they? Yeah. Right, Haarlem's taken back over Rotterdam again, guys. It must have, at the start of the episode, it must have been going through like an expansion. It must have deleted a few buildings to kind of place in some bigger buildings. Or something, I don't quite know. But with the machines now being delivered and distributed in Rotterdam, it should start growing again. It really should. Is this the train here? Here's the train now doing a 120. Our little swoop there enables it to maintain its 120 speed. It should go across the bridge on 120 because we upgraded the bridge as well. And we're about to see our first machines being delivered. Placed on the roadside, station over here, ready for the vehicles to pick up. So any minute now, it's going to chug in, unload, and get placed on the Rotterdam goods line here. There we go. Which completely overloads it. So, let me see if I can maybe just upgrade these vehicles on their own. So, we're utilizing the blue ones, which is a 12 capacity. We can now go up to a 15, 16, which is goods and machines. We'll go with them. So, increase the capacity ever so slightly. I've only done the one type of vehicle, well, the one line, so I can see the differences. But we might need to add some capacity buildings on this. Just so we can store more goods at this depot. What's the line here that's got a load of goods on? That's our Rotterdam line, isn't it? Yeah. It's our Rotterdam line, that one. Right, bigger capacity vehicles should then start taking more. So that should be fine. And it hasn't had a delivery yet, has it, of the machines? No. But it will. That's got goods on board. That's got goods on board. That's got goods on board. Right, they all seem to be having goods at the moment. None of them have got the machines on board. I'll add another 4 to the line. See if I can make a dent into them carrying the goods. Right, you've gone out of goods. Oh, finally, some machines. Right, there we go. There we go, boys. Nice. Nice, finally. Do you think we should slightly widen? This little section here. To see if they can upgrade for like a larger building. I don't know what we'll get, but we should be able to get at least this size, right? Although it is the same size of residence. Who knows? Who knows? Who knows? Right, I'm sidetracked here, boys. Where's that vehicle right now with the goods? We've had 6 machines delivered. 13, 14 machines delivered right now. We need to get that to a 10% to allow it to grow a bit more. So they drop off over here, by the way. Where's the next one? Here's the next one right now. Is this a machines truck? Well, it went up to 15. It did go up to 15. There's another one coming in now with more machines on. We're just going to get to 10%, which will then force it to grow a bit more. There we go, 10%. So we'll go up a little bit bigger now. You'll see a little bit more growth then happen. But it's not too far behind Haarlem again. It's not too far. And this is just something that will take some sweet, sweet time. So you're now getting your goods of what you need to produce the machines. You're getting your lumber. Good stuff. And you're hopefully getting more coal. We shall see. But both... Look, actually, no. One of these is actually upgraded. So that, in theory, does create more demand. Right, I think, personally, we need more coal trains. How many have we got? 4. Let's add 5 on that. Let's add a 5th one. And see what magic can be done. Right, so before we end it, guys, let's see how much money we are making. So we've had a record income year as of last year. Over 500 million. $500 million. That's crazy. I'm loving it. Absolutely loving it right now. In the grand scheme of the thing, everything, you can see when the big profits came in when I upgraded all my vehicles. So theoretically, next episode, if I upgrade all my vehicles, should we get the same jump again? Well, there's only one way to find out. Guys, I hope you did enjoy this episode. If you did, please smash the like button down below. And until next time, I will see you all soon. So, goodbye.